Hi guys, Tracy here again from Redwind Studio, and this is nice and dry. It's a little bit later than what I originally said I was going to be back. I got distracted working on something else. So anyways, I'm going to do another coat of the white, well, Dove, it's actually Dove, glaze that I made up. I need to give it a bit of a stir. It's separating a little bit. And instead of using the sponge brush this time, I'm going to use a paint brush. I want it to be a little bit heavier. So before I do that, I'm just going to recap for those that don't know what is going on here. I'm just going to grab one of the stamps to show you. So this is live video number 6, I do believe. And so this started off with the tabletop being painted in a custom color. It's a light version of coconut. It's a mixture of parchment, coconut, and a little dab of chocolate in it. And that was the base color. And then I went ahead and I used cast iron and the Iron Orchid Design wood plank stamps, and there's a whole bunch of them. It comes on 2 sheets, and there's several different sizes, and I don't know whether you can see the texture and wood grain on that. So for example, there's that one. Like I said, there's several more. There's this one. It almost looks like saw marks, and lots of other ones. There's some that have little, like just little knots, different things like that. So basically you just roll the paint onto it, set them down, roll more paint, set them down, and you just keep doing that until you get the wood grain that you like. So that was the next step, and after that was done, I gave it a nice sanding just to smooth everything out. I really didn't want much in the way of texture. And then I put satin polyurethane over top of it to create a slip. So when I use glaze, it wouldn't just stick and absorb into the paint. I could move it around if I wanted to. So then the next step I did after that is I did a really, really thin glaze of the actual Fat Paint Company glaze, which is raw umber, and I watered it down so it would be really, really translucent. And also another one that I mixed up with cast iron in it, and I just brushed it on here to give different color variations in the top. And then I used Dove trying to remember all the different colors, Dove, and I created another glaze out of Dove, and that's what you're seeing, that whitish tone on the top here. So that was the last step that I did earlier today, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some more on it. So I've got my brush here soaking in some water, and I'm just going to squish it out. Now this is an old brush, an old natural bristle brush that I have, and the water's running out of the ferrule there. I'll give it a few shakes. There we go. So that's the brush that I'm going to be using, and this is the glaze. And basically I'm just going to dip in, and I'm just going to brush it on. And I'm just going to keep doing that. So you're still going to see the wood grain through this. It's just going to be a lot lighter with a white wash basically over the top of it. And I'm trying to stay in the lines. Not get onto the edges over there because the wood grain is running in a different direction, so I don't want strokes to try and get rid of any stagger marks. And this is lightening it up nicely for me. Tell if somebody's written something there or not. Camera's too far away. Okay, so now I'm going to get under the edge. And then we're going to do the edges here. I'm going to be out of camera for a minute. You'll just see my hand. Get on the edge, and then I'm going to come around to the front here. And it's already in front of the camera, and then get down here and do this edge. Sometimes it's easier on edges if you sort of do like a back crisscross effect and then drag your brush back over like that. There we go. And that finishes it up. Now the effect is all done. I'm going to lift this up. Now the only thing that would be left to do on this is to put more polyurethane over top of it to completely seal it and give it lots of protection. I'm going to lift it right up to try and get rid of that glare. So there you go. So a nice faux wood look using the stamps and playing and experimenting to see what I could come up with. So there you have it, a nice whitewashed wood grain look without actually using wood grain. So if you have cruddy old furniture that you can't strip and redo, but you still want a wood grain, this is a great option, is to use the wood plank Iron Orchid design stamps to get the look that you want. And you can use whatever color paints that you want. You can go with light browns. You don't have to go with anything dark like what I used. So many options with this. I'm going to take the camera. I'm going to show you one of the other pieces that I did with, there we go, with the stamp previously. It's the only piece that I've done with the stamp other than this one. And I'm just going to flip the camera around here and show you this. I'm going to turn the light on as well so that you can see. There we go. So this, I don't know how well you can see that. So this is the back of a cabinet, and I pulled the back completely off. There we go. And I stamped it. This I did a little bit differently. I painted it coconut, and then I did the white wash over it, and then I stamped with the coconut again the actual wood stamp to get that effect. So it looks like it's whitewashed wood, and yeah, so that's, let's flip that back around. So that's the other project that I did using the stamp. So you can see how you can vary it up and get different looks, and so it's a really fun stamp to use and to experiment and play with and have fun. So that's my finished project here in regards to that, and I am going to go over and start working on another piece that I have. So you guys have a great day, and if you have any questions in regards to this or any other projects that you're working on while we're closed down for the COVID, please message me, direct message, email, whatever works for you. And you guys take care, and we'll see you again soon, I hope. Take care.